London happened. In 1666, there was a million of people and all of the houses were close together. They can actually hold hands and pass things over. Let me tell you this. Samuel Pepys had a feather, that's how he can write. And did you know this? There's kinds of like rats. And there's little tiny flies on the rat. They jump off onto people. They make big lumps on them. And then till they're very big, they burst, they die. And did you know? Samuel Pepys, let me tell you the story or how he knows the Great Fire happened. Okay, now, he was being woken up by a lady that lived in his house. And the lady said, "Look, sir, London is on fire," she said. And he looked, and he told him to look out the window. Don't bother. He went back to sleep. One day he walked up a hill with his friend, sit down and saw the Great Fire of London. He sailed on a boat all the way to the king. And then he told the news. And the only way they could stop the fire from burning is to pull down houses or, you know this, or use something else. Like they didn't have hoses and they had no inventions, no firefighters, and they had nothing. The only way they could put the water out was by pulling down houses. And do you know how they got away? Well, let me tell you. They travel on horses, coaches and boats. To get away they used boats. They sailed away to the other side. One day, did you know how it was spreading so quickly? Their houses were made of wood and straw. They were so close, and also the wind was blowing. That was making the fire spread so quickly. But the wind died down, and guess what? Samuel Pepys was in prison because the king thought he was trying to make the king not king anymore. So they put him in prison. Happy he was let out, and did you know, it started in a bakery, and a bakery man, he forgot to check his fire. Little bits of drops of flame fell onto the ground. That caused the big fire. And then many people were trying to go away, but sadly only 6 people were killed. And listen, this is going to be, did you know the king actually helped put the fire out? But the only way they could do it is buckets of water. It was so big fire, they couldn't stop. And Samuel Pepys saw one of his men digging to bury his wine and his cheese. Do you know why he buried his cheese? Well, that was the precious thing in those olden days. And the wine, he didn't want to be burnt. So a man dug it, and he thought of that. And then he started doing that. And did you know how he got? The king was somewhere in the ocean, so he was paddling on, boats. One boat that didn't even have a sail. And guess what? The wind died down. And guess what? The fire was put out by the wind that was starting raining and raining and raining, and the people were celebrating. There were little bits of dust that was actually on the ground. The happy people were still alive. But those people there died, and that's how they had another one. And we a bakery to learn more about Great Fire of London. And we saw on the video houses were still made, but early you could see all of the houses down, and the wood was down, but some of the houses wood was still up. Anyway, and in 1666, London Bridge was falling down. That's how we made a song about it. They built it up again, and then they made you people, and then that's how it happened like this. Some other people born, some other people were just made. In the dinosaur places, some people were growing, like on little tiny little bits.
Say goodbye.
Goodbye.